bigger hulking whatever. Alright. More, please. GG's. Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be playing an all-out Urborg Lhurgoyf monster list. It's going to be a standard best of 1 list with average converted mana cost 2.8. It's going to have 31 creatures, 4 non-creatures, and 25 lands. Now, it's a soul tie all creature list where we're basically splashing for blue here, but there's just a ton of synergy going on with this list. Before we get into the list, I would love to give a special shout out and a special thank you to one of my supporters, one of my patrons, General Clamram. Thank you so much for your donation and your continued support of the channel. It's greatly appreciated and I'm very humbled by it. So thank you so much for your continued support. So with that being said, let's get right into the list here. So we're playing an all creature list. We're running 31 creatures in this list, and the idea here is to play Urborg Lhurgoyf, right? So this is a new card from Dominaria, and it says as it enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards for each time it was kicked. So we're playing Sultai. We have all the colors. We can kick it. Usually you want to play this on turn 4, so you can you can kick it for 4 mana basically, and then it mills 6 cards when it enters the battlefield. And the reason why I'm playing all creatures is just I want to get as much value out of this as possible. I want to get this as big as possible as well. So this is the list we came up with. You've seen me play Old Stick Fingers multiple times before, and I'm a huge fan of this card. I personally do love this card a lot, and I think it matches the list very, very well. We're also playing some new cards here and there as well. So we're playing Deathbonded Sprout, which we can easily flip, right? And when it flips, you start exiling stuff, whether it's from your graveyard or your opponent's graveyard, but it has to be a creature in order for it to grow. We're also playing 1 copy of Willowgeist because we're not really going to be like moving stuff out of graveyards, right? In order for us to grow the Willowgeist, although the Willowgeist is very good with Deathbonded Sprout here. We're also playing 2 Infernal Grasps for spot removal, very, very important here. Playing 4 Undead Butler, and this is like the best card in the list in my opinion, mainly because it works so well with Urborg Lhurgoyf here. It mills 3 cards when it enters the battlefield, and when it dies, you can get the Urborg Lhurgoyf back from your graveyard to your hand. So let's say you have both of these on the battlefield, and you block with both of these, they both die, for example. You can get it back, re-kick it, re-mill, and just keep going this, right? So I love Undead Butler with mostly all of our creatures here, because we have a lot of choices, and we can just choose and pick on what to get back from our graveyards, which is very decent. Obviously the ace card of the list and the card that the list revolves around, Lhurgoyf, has been a very fun card nonetheless here. Meathook Massacre, very important because we're going to have some big creatures here, so we just want to clear the way for our creatures to win or to get through. So Meathook Massacre plays an important role, although it's only 2 copies, and I do understand it might get milled, and if it does, it's fine. It's not really a problem because we have multiple ways of winning with this list and multiple creatures to win with. We have flyers, we have tramplers, and we also have some big creatures that can apply pressure every turn or remove creatures, because they're going to be chumping every turn, and just win that way. We're also running Old Stick Fingers. I think the card is very, very good. It mills creatures, and specifically creatures, which helps the synergy with this list a lot. We're also running Old Rutstein. It's such a powerhouse, right? It's just a ton of cards for a ton of card for 3 mana. You get a lot of stuff here, right? So if you play this on turn 3 and then you mill a land, you can play one of your 5 drops on turn 4, which is very, very good. Or you can kick the Lhurgoyf and play a 1-drop or something else on turn 4. So it's very, very decent here. So Old Rutstein is a very important card. We're playing Urg, Spawn of Turg. So very funny card. But it's fun to play with, right? It says its power is equal to the number of land cards in your graveyard, and at the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may put that card into your graveyard. So it obviously synergizes well with the list, because if you look at the top card and it's a creature, you can mill it, right? And it also synergizes well because the only things, or the main things, that we're going to be milling with this list are lands and creatures, since that's the most that we have. We have mostly creatures and mostly lands. We only have 4 non-creatures, which are the Infernal Grasp and the Meathook Massacre. So if you're milling lands, it's good for your Urg and your Slogurk. If you're milling creatures, it's good for your Lhurgoyf, it's good for your Withering, Writhing Necromass, and it's good for your Junji, obviously. So anything you mill is good for your deck nonetheless. This is going to get bigger if you mill lands, and this is going to get bigger if you mill creatures, which is amazing. We're also playing Slogurk here, very straightforward. You put Slogurk down on the battlefield, then you start the milling. That's the priority, right? You have to prioritize playing your cards correctly or in the correct manner, because you put Slogurk on the battlefield and you mill, right? So that if you mill lands, this gets bigger. Or, for example, if you have let's say, like, what else? Like you have like a Lhurgoyf in hand, right? You prioritize your mill mechanics, although the card does it itself, which is very, very good. So nonetheless, the list synergizes very, very well with like everything that's going on within it. We're also running one copy of Monstrous War Leech. I'm not gonna run more than that. Like, I didn't know what to play in the 4-drop slot. There weren't really any good options. It does have kicker. It plays well with the it synergizes well. Like, everything just synergizes well with this list. Has kicker for blue, and it says as it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, mill 4 cards. But once you kick it, it becomes a 5 mana play, which isn't really ideal because the effect of it is not that good, right? The most we have, the highest mana cost we have, is a 7 mana creature. So if we have that in the graveyard, it becomes a 7/7. But if we don't, if we have like a 5 mana creature, it becomes a 5/5 because its power and toughness are each equal to the highest mana value among cards in your graveyard. Nonetheless, it's a decent card. It's gonna play well with the list, so why not have it, right? But if you don't kick it and you just play it and you have like a 5 mana play, you don't mill, but you have like a 5/5 on the battlefield, which is nice. But if you want to and you have the mana, you know, kick it, play it for 5 mana, mill some cards, just help out the rest of your deck, right? We're also playing Angel of Suffering. A huge fan of this card. I played this card in like 3 decks, and I featured this card in 3 videos on the channel before. So I do love this card. It mills a lot, right? And it stops your opponent from killing you. The only thing that they need to win the game would probably be for them to find removal to remove this card, because if they don't remove this card, they're just going to lose the game. And if you have multiple copies of this card on the battlefield, you're gonna attack and win no matter what, right? And because you're gonna slow them down, they can't deal damage to you. They're just gonna help you mill. So it's going to get your Urborg Lhurgoyf bigger. It's going to get everything else bigger, right? Your Slogurk, your Urg here, everything's going to be very, very good here. We're playing Junji, very straightforward. I do want Junji to die, or I would want Junji to die. And once Junji dies, we can get back our Lhurgoyf, we can get back our Old Rutstein, we can get back like an Undead Butler and do some sort of loop where the Butler dies, we get back our Junji dies, we get back like another Butler or a Lhurgoyf here. So there are some loops that you can do with this list, right? And to finish it off, we're playing Writhing Necromass, and I've been liking this creature a lot. Yes, it's a common. It's not really, it's whatever. You might think about it, but think about this for a second. Even if you have this card in hand, and it can be a slow card, but in the late game, if you can play this card for 1 mana or 2 mana, you can make some huge plays with this card. So you can double cast or triple cast within 1 turn if you have this card, because we're going to have so many creatures in the graveyard. It's not even a joke. The mana cost of this is going to be way less. All thanks to the amount of mill that we do, and it's just mainly a creature deck, right? Like you just have 2 or I mean 4 non-creatures. So this plays very well. I've never seen a problem with this card at all. Being a 7 mana card, it plays very well with the theme. Like, I can't ask for anything more. So yeah, with the mana base here, the mana base is very challenging because you don't have the shock lands, I guess, for you don't have the Dimir shock lands, and you don't have the Golgari shock lands, right? You only have the what's it called, the Simic shock lands. So we decided to run Thram Portal here to help fix our mana even more. We do mulligan every now and then. It's 25 lands maybe it'll be better to play 26 lands, especially since you have Slowgurk here. You can maybe play one more Takenuma, and if you would play 26 lands, you'd probably cut, I mean, what would you cut? I'd probably cut an Old Stick Fingers, maybe one Old Stick Fingers, or maybe one Junji, because we don't really rely on the Junji that much, honestly. So yeah, that, just try it out, see what you guys think, see if you like it or not. We're running 2 Beseijus mainly because we're running 25 lands and Slowgurk, so these legendary lands are so good with Slowgurk, right? 1 Ottawara, 2 basic swamps, 5 forests, because we do need the forest on turn 1, I guess. Although it would be very ideal to maybe go like 4 forests, 3 swamps. Nonetheless, we're not running any blue basics because we're just splashing for blue. Shipwreck Marsh, Glade, Cascade, Yavimaya Coast, and Thram Portal here to finish it off for the list. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. The games have been super fun, and yeah, the intros are going to be especially a little longer than usual because I'm trying to explain each and every new card and like all the synergies and everything that's been going on with the list. So yeah, if you guys want to go further ahead and like support the channel and other means, you can check out all the links down in the description. Anything you guys decide to do when it comes to the channel or when it comes to the support is greatly appreciated. And with that being said, thank you guys again, enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys later with another one. Okay, bye. Okay, 2 land hand, no black source. We have an Undead Butler, and that's it. That's a mulligan. Okay. This seems okay. Alright, so we need 2 black sources and 1 green. Black, green, green. Sure. We can take this out, I think. Yeah, we can take it out. Just so we won't be losing a lot of life. Okay? Let's start milling. Mono red seems to be a thing here, right? Alright, so we have double black. We are going to get double green, and I think we only need one blue source. Alright. Okay. So far, we milled 2 lands. Sure. I would like for them to kill the Undead Butler so we can get, you know, our old stick fingers and just mill some creatures here. Okay. Another one of these. Sure. Yeah. But I think it's more valuable for me to meet Hook this turn. Just so we can stop their mana. Okay. We still have some plays. I mean, you can play Old Stick Fingers next turn. But I think I'd rather get this down. Professional Face Breaker, sure. Okay. Because this is going to look at the top card of our library, and we do need to find some lands here for these Angel of Sufferings. At least 1 more land would be decent. I think the Angel of Suffering here plays very well with this list. Really? Just all removal, huh? Yeah, their hand is removal heavy. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we mill. Oh, 2 Lhurgoyfs? That's not very good for us. We just need one more land off the top for the Angel of Suffering. That's all we need. Smelter. Yikes. The problem with mill decks is always going to be the fact that you might mill the lands. You know, that's always going to be the problem here. Not willing to trade, to be honest. Ah, okay. Alright, I think we can trade now. But what do we do? I mean, do we kill the smelter? We kill the smelter, right? Or do we kill the face breaker here? We are gonna trade if they want to attack. So what do we do? I guess the face breaker is more value. But the smelter is annoying. That's for sure. Yeah. We won't be able to block the face breaker anyway, so might as well. Okay, they're playing like a mid-range mono red list. Okay. Sure. Yeah, we're gonna trade here. Okay. I don't think that's enough. The question is, are we ever going to draw a land and get these angels down? Okay. Nice. Alright. That's pretty good. Hopefully no removal. Ferocious Bellow. Okay. Alright, now all we need is to draw stuff that benefit off of having creatures in the graveyard. Honestly, we can just attack like off the top and win. Yeah. Nice. Okay. So far we've milled, yeah, we've milled a lot of things. So we have 7 creatures in the graveyard. Wait, do we? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we do. Okay. So they need to discard here. Okay. What's our... Yeah, it's at 7-8, so that's something. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery, you put a +1 counter on infantry. Okay. I think that's a decent card. What does this do? With 2 +1 counters on it. Nice. Okay. I mean, attacking there literally makes no difference. Okay. Do we even have enough cards? So 6, 10, 10, that's more, right? If it gets +1 counters, that's 3, that's 16, that's 18 cards to be milled. Yeah, I guess so. Okay. Do we get the Lhurgoyf? Yeah. It's a 12-13. No kicker, too. Oh, I think they can actually mill us out. So we do need to block. Yeah, this is going to get +2/+0. And they're going to sacrifice this treasure to make another one of these constructs. So yeah, I think we're blocking one of these for sure. I mean, we have to block the highest power just so we won't get milled out. And we'll win the game with the Angel of Suffering next turn, so... Yeah, they have to go all in. Okay. Opponent, just go all in, yeah. Yeah. Alright, so this is going to get 2-0. Yeah. Alright, let's not risk it. We're just gonna block a 3-1 here. Because that 3-1 mills 6 cards, but this is going to mill 6 cards as well. Yeah, we're down to 8 cards. I think I calculated perfectly here, and I think that's game. We're at 24-25. That's insane. That is insane. Nice. GG's. Alright, 2 lands. Stick fingers. Very slow. Yeah, you just can't draw more than 2 lands, right? Willowgeist has to leave, this has to leave, and then, yeah. Alright, so this has to be black then. Okay. And we kind of have to wait on these, right? So we can get more lands. Okay. Gonna wait until turn 3 so we can mill. Storm Chaser Drake, of course. Alright. Let's get Old Rutstein down first. I think Old Rutstein has priority because it makes treasures, it makes creatures, and it makes blood tokens. So the thing here is that we kind of have to race them. Fading Hope. Okay. Really? Sure. Just gonna redo this, and if they counter it, that's fine. We have another one in hand. And they're playing relatively slow as well. Alright, treasure token is pretty good here. Let's just get the sprout down here. Put these to use. Man, Old Rutstein is a unit of a card, right? It's just a ton of value. It fits very, very well in decks like these, where you have to rely on your graveyard and on milling, right? Because it gets value every time it mills. So shore up. Gains hexproof, untap it. And a +1/+1. Okay. Sure. Okay. Nice. So kicker with black, right? Yep. So we're down to 12. This is going to flip, which is pretty decent. We can attack with the Lhurgoyf next turn, so we're going to put a lot of pressure next turn. Security bypass, sure. We just need one blue source, that's all we need. Delver to block, sure. Nice. Okay. Alright. Yeah, block that, opponent. Block that. Alright, so these Lhurgoyfs are really fun. But they might be able to kill us this turn, right? If they have a lot of power, or enough power, that is. They might be able to kill us here, but there's just a ton of power here. Okay. Alright, so that's not quite enough. Do you have some sort of board wipe anthem? Oh, what if they have temporary lockdown? Oh, I don't think so. Okay. What do we exile? I guess shore up? Yeah? We just go all in here. No, they might have an emperor. Yeah. What are you gonna do now? Would they even run an emperor in a list like this? I highly doubt it. I mean, if you're running an emperor in a low curve list, or supposed to be a low curve list like this, like a tempo list, it's just a nightmare. Because a lot of times you're not gonna hit your... Okay. That is fine. That is okay. So March saves the day, but they no longer have a creature to attack us with, which is very ideal for us. Good game. Nice. That was pretty good. Alright, so you have Death Bonnet Sprout. Well, this hand is insane, is it not? Only thing is, we can't play this on 2 if we're playing this on 1. Yikes. Yeah, that's kind of awkward. And if we play the Marsh on 3, then we're gonna have to play Old Rutstein. Oh, well, nonetheless, I think this is a keep anyway. Okay. Alright, what if we play this on 2 and play this on 3? And wait on the Death Bonnet Sprout. Azorius so far. So what does this do? Whenever you cast an instant of sorcery, you may tap up to 2 untapped creatures you control. If you do, draw a card. Nice. That is nice. Alright. Okay. Lhurgoyf. Hello. I think Undead Butler is insane with Lhurgoyf here, because whenever it dies we can get it back, we can kick it, mill some more, make it even bigger. Even with Old Rutstein, I think this card is really, really good. The fact that you can get a creature back from the graveyard when it dies is just... like, and you get so many options too within a list like this, right? We have so many options here. Alright, let's see what they're playing here. This seems very interesting. No attacks, nothing. Sure. Okay. Alright, get Old Rutstein down. It's a priority. Even if it gets countered, oh well, but... it just plays well with our Withering Necromass here. Hopefully we mill a land so we can play a Sprout. No lands. That's fine. Okay. It says creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain vigilance until end of turn. So this creature seems like to be very okay. Whenever you cast it, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control. If you do, draw a card. That's nice. Enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 soldier. Sure. Okay. So far so good for our opponent here, not gonna lie. Seems pretty decent. We need a Meat Hook Massacre. Let's see what we mill here. We milled the Meat Hook. I think that's our second mute. No, first one. Okay. So Death Bonnet Sprout, huh? And Willowgeist. Yeah, let's just get them down. We don't have any good attacks, and I think I'm gonna use my blood token here to basically discard the old Rutstein here, because they're legendary, right? Impulse. What a card. You may put one of them. Yeah, so this is like a less I mean, this is like a slightly lower level expressive iteration, but the fact that that it's an instant, it's very good. And the fact that you look at the top 4 is also very good. Fairy Vandal. Okay. I like their list. I really do. I think it's a very decent list here, but they can get run over pretty quickly by us, right? Especially if we can get a Lhurgoyf back or a big old stick fingers. But we're gonna get these down sooner or later here. Maybe by next turn. If these can cost 2 mana each, that's pretty good. Alright, they can attack us with the Vandal here, but that's about it. Why did you attack with that, opponent? Maybe they do have something in hand, like some sort of combat trick. But we're all for it. We're gonna end up killing that. They might have another one. Oh, it's a Wandering Emperor. Okay. Sure. So it's not gonna die.
Feel the energy of battle, then guide it like water.
Okay.
I have got new ways to teach you.
Oh, devastating for our opponent here. Devastating. Alright, we go -2 here, right? Even if we're gonna kill most of our board anyway, but we benefit off of that greatly, I think. What if we go -1? No. What if we wait? How bad would it be if we wait? Okay.
Watch out. I never give up.
Alright, let's just get these down, since we have some pretty decent amount of creatures in the graveyard. But we only have 1 land in the graveyard. So Meat Hook should be good here. So I do like Meat Hook for 2, so we can kill the Undead Butler at least and get like a Lhurgoyf back. Maybe even a Junji. Oh, Junji would be decent here. But what is Junji gonna get us? No, I think Lhurgoyf is the better option here. Okay. This just keeps getting bigger. So they're playing some sort of like flash effect with this list as well, which seems a little slow. Are they gonna tap? I don't think so. They want the Fairy Vandal to get bigger, so that they can deal some damage here. They also need lands, and so do we. So the Hulk says if you may exile a card from a graveyard for creatures exiled this way, put a +1 counter on Death Bonded Sprout. Okay. We kind of need to get this bigger as well. Can't really attack with that anymore. We mill the land. That's pretty good. Alright, do we exile a creature from our graveyard? That seems pretty bad. Alright. Oh, interesting. It's very, very interesting. Okay. That seems bad. Alright. Both to face here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Let's see what they flash in. Okay. Let's see how they want to block here. Yeah, block the Willowgeist instead of the old Rutstein.
I guess that's that.
Okay. Hopefully no counterspell. That's what I hope. Yeah. That's pretty good. Man, I just want them to block this Butler. Okay. Can't really be attacking anymore. I think if they had another Wandering Emperor, they'd play it at least. Old Stick Fingers. Nice. That's a 7/7. Okay. What you got, opponent? So we're gonna attack with both of these. And, yeah. Another Emperor. On the Butler? Don't be like that.
I've learned much during my travels. Let me show you.
Okay. Sure.
This is what you get for hurting my people.
Okay. Their list seems fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it seems pretty good. Alright, so... 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Another Lhurgoyf and another Butler here. Just swarmed the battlefield. I don't think they're gonna run any board wipes or anything like that. But man, we do need these badly. So I hope they kill the Butler in a way. Okay. They can no longer attack. That's the good thing, because we do have a lot of power on the battlefield. Okay, opponent. Now what? Terrible decisions, huh? I honestly have no clue what else they run in this list.
Our
Yeah.
swords will cross
They need
and
board
will
presence, and they might have
protect
another
the people.
Wandering Emperor in hand, because that's how it works, right? But they're highlighting the Skybridge Towers. Let's look at the card. Oof. And the sad part is this is going to get milled. Okay. Might as well then. Okay, another Wandering Emperor. Of course. That's how it is. All the time.
It's fun, but I'm going to end it.
3 so far.
You are not much of a roadblock.
Okay, so they block the insect. And that's it. They really don't want to kill this undead butler here. Yeah, seems like that's it. Okay, well, at least they're taking damage that way. So what does this counter spell do? It says, if this spell was kicked, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. So for 3 mana, you counter a spell, and then you tax your opponent for each creature you control. This seems pretty decent. Seems pretty good. Another Fairy Vandal? Sure. Alright, this game is taking forever, and it's mainly because of these annoying Wandering Emperors, or our opponent's annoying luck, but it's fine. They've played well so far. Yeah, they definitely played careful, played well. Can't ask for more. Okay.
We've got the edge in this fight.
They're still highlighting the towers. GG's. They've had enough. Nice. Alright. That's not keepable for me. This is, though. Alright, so turn 1. Again, we can't play this on turn 2. Okay. That's fine. Ascendant Pack Leader. Sure. Alright, well, if we're playing against creatures, then that's something. 2 Lhurgoyfs, that's nice. Casting Naturalist, okay. Yep. Alright, we're gonna Infernal Grasp here, and then play the Lhurgoyf for 4 mana. Tovolar. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Kill Tovolar. And now we just get these down. Nice. This is going to flip, which is pretty good for us. And it's also so good that we're playing against creatures because the Hulk can now exile stuff, right? But that's awful. Alright. That's a 9-10. That's a 9-10. Okay. Man, Halana and Elena and Reckless Stormseeker is a very, very scary combo. Okay. No attacks. They don't... hello? What are you doing, opponent? That's a 9-10. Are you serious? You have to be joking here. You gotta be joking here. Okay. I mean, this has to be a joke. I have no idea what they've just done, but they might have another one. But even then... Sure. I mean, okay. We can just attack next turn and win. Hopefully they attack with all. Sure. GG's. Right? Isn't that an extra creature for the Lhurgoyf? GG's. Easiest game of my life. Wow. What did they do? Nice. Alright. No black source. Mulligan. Okay. Playing against Is It? Sure, they passed. Undead Butler. They let this go. Decline. Sure. That's fine. We have another Butler here. And since we milled already, that's fine. We drew a Lhurgoyf as well, which is very good. Now, why would you tap like that? We need to get this Death Bonnet Sprout down. They might want to counter this. Sure. Let's get another Undead Butler here. More removal? That's crazy. Wandering Mind. Okay. Alright, let's just get this down. Start applying pressure here. Galvanic Aeration. Oh, you messed that up, opponent. Nice. They tapped their blue. That's a mulligan. That's a mulligan. Okay. So this is gonna be turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, so I guess we take this out. We also have to take one other thing out as well. Unfortunate. Has to be 2 lands here. We barely have anything to play here. Well, Darren Epicure, sure. Okay. Yeah, they might just want to remove it here. Another Epicure. Sure. Of course we mill a land. Why wouldn't we? Butler should be good here. Okay. Mill a creature next turn, hopefully. Oh, that's just crazy. Okay. Nice. Nice. That's pretty good. We also have the Necromass for 3 mana, which is pretty decent. No more Goldspan. So that's something that you don't have to worry about. Really. Okay, we can just get the Lhurgoyf back. Sure. Sure. Take action. Love me a bit of Undead Butler with the Lhurgoyf. So good. Yeah, desperation mode now. Remove this. Bigger hulking whatever. Alright. More please. GG's. Nice.